In 1990, BYU shocked the nation by upsetting #1 Miami in Provo. Now, as the 25th anniversary of that program-changing game approaches, we sat down with LaVell Edwards and 3 of his captains on that team, including Detmer, to relive what many believe to be the biggest win in BYU football history.
When you looked at the schedule to start the season, did that game pop out at you as a great opportunity?
Oh, big time. We knew that was our chance to really gain some credibility across the country.
It was a special night for sure. You know, Miami came in as the #1 team in the country and full of confidence.
And not only were #1, but they had been up there for a while and they had had some great teams there.
They won the national championship the year before, and when we saw they were on the schedule, everyone was excited.
We had played them a couple years earlier in the Orange Bowl, and were able to move the ball quite a bit and scored a lot of points. Unfortunately, that year we didn't stop them, and I think they scored about 50 points. So going into that game, we were confident, but we knew we had to play our best to beat them.
You know, we won some big games, but we never played a #1, let alone beating a #1s. LaVell's mantra, you know, you're going to play like you practice. You're only as good as your preparation. So taking that to heart, I think everybody gave it their all.
Really what college football is all about. You know, as a college football player, you want to be able to play in something like that. And so, you know, as players, we were excited that we had that opportunity.
Even the questions from the media that week before, they would ask me, you think you're going to win? And I would say, absolutely, we're going to win. Guys mentally walking out on the field, we took the field like we owned the field. Miami was there, #1 team in the country, but we weren't going to take a backseat to anyone that day.
When it came to playing Miami, I don't think the expectations were all that high.
Let's stick it to these guys. You know, they're not all that.
Tonight, we have the top-ranked Hurricanes of Miami University invading Provo, Utah to take on the 16th-ranked Cougars of Brigham Young University.
It was a night game, ESPN. Back then, that kind of meant something. You know, that was the game that night.
The electricity in the air that night was special. It was different. The crowd was crazy. And we knew going in we had a chance.
They need just about the 40 from the backside hit. The ball is fumbled.
You turned it over a couple of times in the first quarter. Did that give you some gray hair?
Yeah, it did. Well, what little bit I had left.
We knew we were just beating ourselves, and they weren't stopping us. We were moving the ball at will against them, and we knew it would continue if we could just eliminate the mistakes.
Draw play. Salito loses the ball at the 21-yard line. McGuire, right side, he'll score.
Okay, it's just 7-0. I mean, we score some points at BYU, you know. 7-0's nothing, you know. Yeah, you know, you put yourself in a hole like that against a good team. At times it can be tough to overcome, but again, we had experience and we had guys that were confident and that knew we could play better than those first 2 series showed.
No one was panicking. Everybody was just regrouping really well and then looking to execute again.
You know, I got out of trouble a lot that night with just a couple steps here or there, and tell quarterbacks all the time, you don't have to be fast, but you got to be quick in a small area. And when you're scared, you're a lot quicker. So with their pass rush, I just remember, you know, eluding a couple guys, stepping up, sliding out. The linebacker came up, and Bellini did a great job of slipping behind him and found him right there in the corner, and it kind of got things going and got the crowd really into it, and the rest of the team, you know, the momentum started turning, like you said.
Not only was he a phenomenal quarterback, he was like a coach on the field, and we knew he would put us in the right positions to win ball games. Luckily, he kind of has like an aw shucks type of personality, but you get him in a competitive environment, and he lets it go.
I think that focus and a mental mindset going into a game like that, you know, you're all in. You know, there's no holding back. This is it. You know, everybody's all in, and let's go get it. BYU's known for, let's kick it in gear and let's put a drive together. I mean, we throw the ball. That's what we do, and let's get out of bounds, you know, work the clock and see if we can't get something before half. And that was really big going into halftime with a lead. Their defense is on their heels. They're tired. That altitude's kicking in, and they had to work, you know, that last series right before half. And we come away with the score and able to take the lead. Now doubt's creeping into their mind, and they're starting to get a little winded. And, you know, you can see their offense, you know, they're kind of chipping at each other, balls underthrown or one's dropped, and guys are starting to get on each other. They're getting frustrated, and that, you know, that was big right going in before half with the lead.
So we're going to halftime, we're up, and that just added to the confidence, right? We can play with these guys. There ain't nothing we haven't seen.
At the time, I thought, man, we're hanging in there pretty good.
We got them right where we want them. If we take care of the ball, take care of what we're supposed to do, and keep getting after it, you know.
Now that is only half of the story. When we come back, a defensive stand and one of the greatest plays in BYU history.
And when they hit, it was kind of like slow motion happened, you know, where I remember thinking, oh man, I got lucky getting out of that one because I had no idea he was coming.
Yeah, it's one of the most memorable plays in BYU history. Detmer's magic act against Miami as our 25th anniversary story continues.